everyone. I'm Dr. Renee Mera. Thank you for joining Your Health Matters Lifestyle Management Series. Change your lifestyle, change your schedule, be in tune with the circadian rhythm, and you will see more energy, more vitality in your life. Joining me today, my guest is Harpinder Kaur. She is an Ayurvedic practitioner in the United States. Harpinder Kaur is a co-founder and vice president of Komal Herbals, which takes a very conscious approach to healthy living. And the company that started over 18 years ago is inspired by the traditional age-old timeless wisdom of Ayurveda, the holistic healthcare discipline, one of the oldest healthcare disciplines in the world that originated from India. Komal Herbals has a very state-of-the-art manufacturing facility in Pittsburgh, and they have this great stamp of GMP that Komal Herbals has received from a third party. And today I'll be talking to her about dental hygiene, which is so very important. So preventive dental hygiene based on the traditional principles of Ayurveda. As we know, Harpinderji, poor oral health is associated with increased risk of cardiovascular disease. This is what the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention talk about. So if your dental hygiene is good, if there's less plaque from your teeth because it goes down to your bloodstream, it can cause havoc. So let's start with talking about what's a good toothbrush, what's a good toothpaste, tongue scrapers, oil pulling. Let's hear it from you.
Thank you, Renee. Ayurveda has been very specific about maintaining good health through daily practices. It used to be called as Swastha Vritta. Means some practices which are to be incorporated in your daily life. And oral hygiene, though there is no specific chapter about it, but it is talked by all the ancient Ayurvedic acharyas in the text in some way or the other. So as you said, the modern toothbrush was earlier called datun, which was a twig which was used. In today's store, if you go to any drugstore, you will find multiple styles of toothbrushes available to do. Ideally, your toothbrush should be soft, yet some firmness in there so that it can take away the plaque which is built up on your teeth. And at the same time, it should be soft enough to reach inside the crevices of your teeth so that it can also remove the plaque from there. It should not be so hard that it can bleed your gums. That is not ideal. A lot of people like to have hard toothbrushes, but it actually damages your gums, which are actually foundation for strong teeth in the long run. And we have at Komal Herbals, we have been trying to figure out the right way in presenting all these principles of Ayurveda in something which is very easy for people to incorporate in their daily lives. We started with by offering something called as dental tooth powder, which is based on a lot of Ayurvedic herbs which are used in mentioned in in our text, like neem, babul, which is acacia. We have licorice in there. We have alum. We have salt in there. So Ayurveda doesn't believe in using sweet substance in cleaning your teeth, like sugar substance, basically. Ayurveda strongly encourages you to avoid sugary and acidic foods to maintain proper oral hygiene and strength of your teeth. So the
What
same
about fluoride?
Fluoride is actually a very controversial substance. I don't want even to go into that because fluoride is something like it's part of the chlorine group. If people don't know that, fluoride, fluorine, chlorine, they are part of the same family. So if chlorine is dangerous for you, so is fluorine. And people, we keep it in so much. And if you have noticed it on the toothpaste tube, it is written should not be ingested.
Right.
Keep it away from the kids. And yet it is also on the kids' toothpaste.
That's right.
So, and we are keeping it in our mouth for anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes. So it's being absorbed by your oral mucosa. So it's going into your system. And then we say, oh, you know what? We are using fluoridated toothpaste, but still I'm not getting the benefits because it has to do with your systemic health as well. And fluorine is actually not advised in the long run, though American Dental Association might not be happy with what I'm stating, but new research is proving it otherwise. And a lot of holistic dentists are also coming against that, saying that, you should avoid using fluoride toothpaste as much as possible because of its damage to your system and whole. So we don't encourage people to do that. But yes, if you want to listen to your medical professional, you can go ahead, because as I understand, this talk is not to replace any medical advice. It is
Absolutely.
just a suggestion, it is just an advice. So you
Always
can,
have your dental
yeah,
visits regularly. And this is more preventive care, personal care at home, so
mhm,
that you have good oral hygiene habits. There's also chewing sticks, what, in India they call it datun.
Datun, yes. And we, growing up in India, we used to at times been given like neem datun. These are actually soft twigs from a tree, and they were used to be fresh. So we would chew on that. As you are chewing it, you will feel that there's a lot of saliva in your mouth. The more you chew on the twig, finally it will become like a brush, and you then use it as a normal brush in your teeth. You don't have to use any toothpaste for that, because that twigs pulp becomes like a toothpaste for you. So you will have neem, you will have jamun, which is actually like a blueberry in India. You can even use licorice sticks as a
Yeah.
toothpaste. We used to have acacia or babool, as it is called, that toothpaste. At times, we will even get walnut tree bark to be used as a datun for our teeth. So in India, like any good herb twig can be used for as a toothbrush. So now we can't get that. So what we did is we added up all these good ingredients into our what we call as a tooth powder. Small piece. We encourage you to either use a finger because it's a powder and use the finger as a brush to massage your teeth and gums with it. Or you can even sprinkle it on your wet toothbrush and use it, a soft toothbrush,
And
which
leave it on
mimics,
for a couple of minutes.
yeah, leave it on for a couple of minutes. And by the time you do something else, and then, rinse it off. And before you do that, you have to also use a tongue cleaner. And tongue cleaner is actually also advised by Ayurveda to clean your tongue. A lot of people ask me this question: "Oh, I use a toothbrush to clean my tongue." No, you can't use that, because when you are using a tongue cleaner or tongue scraper, as it is called, you're putting a pressure on your tongue. And then these are the actually pressure points on your tongue which activate your internal organs. So that is why our, Ayurvedic experts back in the ages, they devised this thing. Earlier, it used to be made of copper. Kings could have it in silver or gold, but we are now using stainless steel because of its potency of not getting a coating on it, because copper can get a tarnish on that. Silver also gets a bit tarnished, and stainless steel doesn't get tarnished. So it's easier to maintain it. So when you
Just scrape
scrape
it
your,
like 5, 7 times, the
yeah,
tongue. Yeah.
go, if you're new, don't go all the way back, otherwise you'll gag on it. So start from slowly, and as you're scraping it down, you will feel that you are actually activating a lot of your points in your tongue. Your taste buds are actually getting more activated, and gradually you will find that, okay, it's less and less icky substances coming out of your tongue. And tongue and Ayurveda and all the ancient practices also use as a map of your internal systems. So you have place of colon, you have place of large intestine, you have place of your heart. So a lot of Ayurvedic experts do tongue diagnosis. They'll ask you to stick out your tongue, see if you have indentation on your tongue, if you have, where is your white coating more, if you have cuts on your tongue. That will tell them where, what part of your body is doing. So scraping your tongue also is good for your oral health, and it is a must. And in Ayurveda, it is not just your teeth, gums, and your tongue. It is also your palate, the top of your mouth. It is also part of thing. Your throat is also part of your oral health. So your brush, your tongue scraper, and your tooth powder cannot reach all those places. So what they devised was the next best thing. What is called as the kavala, or a lot of people also think that it is called gandush, but it is also called as oil pulling or oil swishing.
That's a big part in Ayurveda. Yeah.
Yes, yes, that's true. So what actually oil pulling does is, it started as a fad in this country by someone who started with coconut oil, and everyone followed it. But Ayurveda was far, far, far ahead of its time, when they already had such kind of procedures incorporated in the text. So we have what is called as gadoosh, where you actually hold any oil or any liquid. It can be any herbal tea which you can hold in the mouth till you salivate so much that you have discharge from your nose and your mouth is so full that you can't hold it anymore. And then you spit it out and rinse your mouth. But kaval is actually called as oil pulling, where you can do oil in your mouth, you can hold again any herbal tea, and you swish it around. And you swish it around so much that your volume, your mouth is full of 2/3 with the oil, and the rest 1/4 is secreted by your mouth.
A lot
And
of
then you
froth.
spit it, a
Yeah.
lot of froth. And actually, it's an oil. So when you're swishing it around in your mouth, it becomes like a soap. People don't understand soap is a mixture of oil and water. When you mix it up so much, it becomes like a pasty, gooey substance, and it actually goes inside your teeth and gums and cleans up all the pockets. So as you're swishing the things around, your muscles of your cheeks, your jaws, your throat, they are also moving with it. So you're giving yourself a good facial exercise when you're doing all swishing.
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Ideally, a lot of people can't start with 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Let's start with 2 minutes and do it around. If you're short on time, I suggest always have a chug of this before you enter the shower. As you're taking your shower, keep on doing it. By the time your shower is done, you're ready to come out and do. Your oil pulling is also done. And you can spit it out and do it. And our formula is actually slightly unique because we have combined it in the base of sesame oil, added coconut oil in there because of its antibacterial, antifungal properties, and added turmeric in it. Turmeric also is very good antibacterial, antifungal, and anti-inflammatory. Plus, it has teeth whitening properties as well. And we have added essential oils of peppermint in one formula and clove oil in another. So whatever your preferences, you can choose whichever.
It balances all the three doshas.
Yes.
Vata, Pitta, Kapha, so all the three.
Exactly. And Ayurveda has always strongly advocated the use of sesame oil in external and internal preparations because modern science is showing that the texture of sesame oil chemically is very close to the sebum, which is created by your own skin. So they both match very closely to each other. So when you massage sesame oil, it is absorbed better in your skin than any other oil. So,
and then you rinse your mouth with warm water after that.
With warm water. Yeah, you don't have to brush it again. You can do it before brushing or you can do it. I prefer doing it after my brushing because that way I don't have to use any mouthwash or anything in there. And sometimes I'll also take in my finger and massage my gums before rinsing it out because the oil will help in, strengthening my massage, giving a good massage to my gums. So I do that sometimes. So that's an ideal way of doing it.
And I gargle after that.
You can gargle it with salt water or alum water. Yeah, you do that. You can do it. Absolutely do that because it takes away that oiliness in your mouth. But I sometimes have a shortcut. So I just gargle out with the warm water and get out with it. And then we have created toothpaste. These are actually in pumps. They're not your standard toothpaste. You can actually take it out, pump it out. They come in 3 flavors, clove, fennel, and mint. Again, the base of one of these toothpaste is actually our dental powder. Don't like doing dental powder, you are not good a fan of powders. We can use one of our toothpaste to get the same benefits of the herbs in them, like fennel and neem and amla and triphala. So all our products are very close to Ayurvedic principles. We don't use any synthetic ingredients in our products. So that is in a nutshell. I can tell you about how Ayurveda and Komal Herbals are helping with the oral health of people based on Ayurvedic principles.
So you offer these Ayurvedic solutions to your clients, and they are diverse. They're USA and overseas. And so you have this toothpaste, you have the oral cleanse, you have the tooth powder as well, you have the tongue scraper. Those are very important to prevent tooth decay and have healthy gums.
Right.
This should be the protocol daily regimen every day in the morning for everyone.
Everyone. So see, now we are in the winter season. In winter season, we tend to dry a lot. Our skin gets drier a lot. We tend to have a lot of throat issues. Our mouth gets dry pretty fast. So a lot of time people ask us, how can we do that? And in that case, you can actually make licorice tea, and you can actually use it as an oil pulling or for gargling. You can have a piece of licorice, twig in your mouth and suck on that. That also helps with your sore throat and a lot of coughing. It can give you sore throat. So that also is very good. And it is also good for your oral hygiene. People who have gum disease or gingivitis or cavities, or they have swollen gums, they can also use that. You can even use salt water, and if you have swollen gums, that will help in reducing the swollen gums as well. So small things which are available even in your kitchen cabinet can be used for maintaining oral health. You don't have to go and buy expensive toothpaste and products to do that. Very common formula that I think is in most Indian households, and it should be in every household, is something called as Triphala. The Triphala is a powder. So that is good for maintaining digestive health. It's full of antioxidants, but it can also be used as a dental powder. It can also be used in making a tea and gargling with that. And it really helps in maintaining oral health. So, rock salt is there, clove powder is there, turmeric. You can mix it in coconut oil and make your own toothpaste and use that as to maintain oral health. So, idea is that you should not just be saying that, oh, I only need XYZ herb to maintain oral health. I think Ayurveda has told us that based on, if you're a Vata person, you have to have something which is more nourishing, like licorice, because it's good for providing you with, I should say, nourishment. A Pitta
Hungry.
person, which is high in heat, then you should have something cooling like Amla in there, which is not only, good.
Gooseberry.
Amla gooseberry, Indian gooseberry it is also called, or amalaki is also called. That is also very good in maintaining your oral health. So if you know your body type, fine. If you don't know your body type, you can use neem, you can use licorice, you can use fennel, and for that matter,
Fennel
you
is
can
good.
use
I like fennel a lot.
yeah, and you can use any of these stuffs to maintain oral health, because as you said it rightly in the beginning, that your bacterial makeup of your oral mucosa directly not only affects your heart, it affects your gut also. And that is why a lot of people, they say, oh, I brush my teeth 3 times a day and still I'm feeling there's a bad odor from my mouth, because it's coming from your gut, and people don't realize it. And all these herbs, if you see, are can also be taken orally, not only for your oral health, but also for your gut health. And we at Komal Herbals, we strongly believe that we cannot reach out to everyone to educate them, but wherever we can, we like to tell people that all these herbs are not having one purpose alone, they are multi-purpose.
And we both have a passion for wellness, and we are advocating self-care, very important self-regulation for dental hygiene to maintain a healthy lifestyle. And all this comes with the ownership of your health, because your health matters a lot. And again, please consult your primary physician for any medical condition. This is no substitute for that. This is personal care, preventive care that you can do it at home. Thank you very much, Mrs. Harpinder Kaur.
Thank you, Renee.
And co-founder and vice president of Komal Herbals. I'm Dr. Renee Mehra. Thank you so much for watching. Stay healthy, stay positive.